Fear is that aspect of human experience that operates in one of two ways. It will either cause us to stay where we are because we won't move beyond the fear, or that fear becomes so uncomfortable that we decide to take the next step and to accept who we have become. And we each have become something because that is the purpose of every person who is born. And there's an orchestration in our universe that is aligned that's telling us all that today might be the day that we would step beyond that fear, which is what I am doing as well. And that happens when you can acknowledge who you are. I'm Roger Burnley. I've been a coach for a long time, and I've also been a channel for Wilhelm since 1989. But my fear was acknowledging that I was also a savant. And I was given the philosophy that could change your life and our world. But I remained hidden as well, as you might have in your life. And I knew that I had the answer for you, but to say that I could do that I had been given it, was a big stretch. I would fear judgment as well because of the way that it came about. But I could no longer do that the other day. I was listening to someone who does tarot readings, and I've never done astrology or astronomy or anything like that. But he was talking about the February 17th as being an eclipse that we were going to have, and that would change things in some way. And it was similar to one that happened in 2018. So I said, well, let me look and see what Wilhelm gave us on that date, which was February 15th of 2018. And it was undeniable what it was because, see, I was comparing myself to everyone else, which is what you might have done, which is why you couldn't step into your authentic self and become who you were meant to, and that was me. So today I get to change that. So I put together something to show you the organization that I had received over all of these years. It's been 37 years, but still accepting that. And the information that Wilhelm had given me allowed healing to occur. And I had to address all the dark areas of my life, but not just in my life this time, but in my lineage, which is what we're all meant to do. And this is why we're seeing our world in the place that it is now. In 2016, they had me write an article on racism and misogyny. And I'm thinking, why am I doing that? They said, because it exists in your consciousness, and that exists in your world. And if you don't address it and move through it yourself, you're not going to be able to offer what you could to the world or contribute to the evolution of consciousness in our world, which is exactly where we are now. And Wilhelm also told me that we would see this occurring most in the United States. And I wrote an article to show that because I received it all in 2020, and it's called Crisis in the United States. And you will see in there that there are evolutionary patterns that we move through that we sometimes don't understand, or we pretend they aren't occurring. And that's what many of us have done. But I also began that article with a little history going back to Germany, but we could go back even further than that to see how we shift in consciousness as a civilization. But the fact was, I was given this information, but I had my own generational patterns, which was about wealth. Because I developed the most expensive mindset, consciousness raising system in the world, but I wasn't charging enough for it, and that's why I would allow myself to remain in fear. And I can no longer do that after seeing the evidence of this and knowing what it can do for you, what this work could do for our world, and that's why I'm changing today. But I wanted you to have this so you would understand that you exist in the world at this time to embody something that is within you. You just have to move through all the doubts and generational baggage that you might have carried. And then the more of us who do that, we see a very different world, but also we will experience very different lives. Enjoy this information and please check out all of the work. I'll see you soon.